Oh, hi everyone. It's Gail Cerna, Psychic Medium. Thank you for joining me. Um, this is really interesting. I am figuring this out as I go. Um, hmm, hmm. Well, this is like a test. Um, this is a new format. I'm just testing this. Oh, Julie, okay, you're on. Wow. Hi. This is definitely different format. So I'm going to go ahead and get started because I have one person on, and I'm just figuring out. I don't know what I'm doing. It's a whole new Facebook Live world for me. With the new version, I guess things are changing. So we'll just get started right away. Welcome everyone as you pop in. I'm just trying to see if I can post to other groups, which I'm not sure I can. Julie, if you're in Lightworkers live feed, you can share it there. That would be really super helpful. It's great to see you. Um, so I was going to do some teaching, but we'll just kind of start right in with general guidance. Let me know if you have a question that you want me to answer. Go ahead and type it in. And I'll just get started. As I get used to this new format, I guess I'm not going to try to share it. Um, Discussion protected. So I don't even know if I'm able to cross post this based on my settings. We have to see if you can try. So in the meantime, while I'm waiting for people to come on for Facebook Live to help me out and share this video to folks, I guess I'm going to start by doing some teaching. So there's a couple things I want to share around self-care and self-love because so many people, whatever I'm feeling, okay. Um, no, ask me something specific because I feel you want something specific. So go ahead and type in there an actual question. It would be helpful. But in the meantime, while you're doing that, Julie, there's a few things I do around my own self-care routine. And one of the things that's really changed my life is this face wand that I bought. It's an Ayurvedic Kansana face wand. It's got different kinds of metal up the base with a wooden handle, and you just put like whatever kind of oil you want on your face. And there's no wrong or right way to massage yourself. But what I did was I relieved my jaw pain, I relieved my TMJ. I no longer need a mouth guard because I'm doing that like a few times a week. I was doing it a lot more, but I don't have to anymore. The pain with the clenching and the popping and grinding isn't so great. So if anybody wants that wand, let me know. It's absolutely fabulous. And then another thing I learned to do is something called tapping. Tapping is great. I have handouts on it. It helps you to reframe your beliefs about yourself and your mindset. And I literally tapped away issues that I was having trouble with. And then after I was done tapping, it made me feel a lot better about the issue. I no longer held on a lot of resentment, but you have to be at the place where you're ready to do that. So those are two things that I've done with my own like mindset. So let's see. So, okay, so Julie, you're saying for a few years now we are grieving for our son. Self-care is so important. I'm really sorry to hear about your son. I feel like your son's passed over on the other side. And as far as right away, what popped into my mind, I'll just tell you, is starting with the B. Um, you agree with the tapping. So does your son have either a B in his name like Bob or Robert, or is there somebody close to you or someone you know with that name? So right away that's coming into my scope. And just kind of waiting to see about confirmation about your son being on the other side. So I'm going to go ahead and get this deck out, and it's Talking to Heaven with James Van Praagh. So let's go ahead and pull a card and see what message comes out of this. Um, I feel like he wants you to know, I'll just go on with what I'm getting, that he's okay where he is now and he's not in any pain anymore, if that makes any sense to you. So you'll have to say what resonates with you around that. Uh, okay, and I feel this is really hopefully accurate because the card says, I had to leave that way. I had to leave that way. And that's a direct message from your son. So you'll have to type in the comments whether or not A, he is definitely deceased as I picked up, and B, if that name Bob or Rob or something close to that as someone that you can identify with. And the card is really telling, I mean, I had to leave that way. Okay, so Julie, you're saying yes. Wow. Okay, thank you for the confirmation. That's really, really excellent. These James Van Praagh cards are really wonderful. And I even have some John Holland cards too. 100%. Okay, thank you for the confirmation on that. That's great. I really am so pleased to bring you any peace around that. Another thing that's coming through with him is his love of sports. Okay, suicide. He had to leave that way. That makes sense. His love of sports. I'm being shown baseball. So I'm being shown an actual baseball. So either he loved baseball or he played baseball or he wanted to keep playing baseball. It was the only thing that I'm being told that has brought him a sense of peace about it. And in general, what he wants you to have an understanding of regarding suicide, every soul has their own path, and he didn't have any real, hi Raven, he didn't have any real conception over what was going on with his spirituality. He was void of that. Had he been tapped into his spirituality, it might have helped him to change his whole way of reframing himself. But he just wasn't open to it, Julie. And he realizes now, like he sees the totality of God and the divine, and he wants you to know he doesn't harbor any judgment on you, on the family, on his dad especially, he's saying, and he wants you to release any grief of guilt. That's very important for him for you to hear, Julie. So played ball with dad often. Okay, great. So the thing is he wants you to release the guilt, release the guilt. So I'm going to leave you with this message for him. And thank you for letting me know it's accurate. I would love a reference, a testimonial on my Facebook business page, on my Google business listing as well. And I have a directory I'm also in that I can give you the link of. So if you feel confident to leave me if you feel called to leave me a 5-star review, that would mean a lot for me. So I'm going to release that for you now, Julie, and thank you for letting me know how accurate I was. Raven, hi, how are you? Raven, do you have a question? I'd love to know If you have, you're welcome, Julie. You're so welcome. It's my pleasure. What I do like about this new format is I can interact right away with you. I couldn't do that in the other Facebook Live setting. So I love that I see exactly what you're telling me, and it just gives me the faith and the trust to keep going on. So that's wonderful. Hi, Raven. I'm answering more specific questions than just general guidance questions tonight. Think of it in terms of something that's going to be moving your soul forward in your life. I'm putting you directly on your soul's path. Yeah, I haven't really been on Facebook Live in a while. I keep kind of toying with, okay, Raven typed in something great. I keep kind of toying with whether or not I'm going to put up a regular schedule. Kind of, I guess I'm being guided by my intuitive abilities to what feels good to me right now, what I'm resonating with, to be honest. So I'll see about maybe coming up with a set schedule, but I just so happy to be on right now, trying to learn the new format. Let's just leave it at that. So Raven asks, I'm great. Anything regarding general or career? So, and Raven. So interestingly enough, Raven, you've come a long way. A lot of you, I feel, that are connected to me on my business page are going through kind of their own spiritual awakening. So things that made sense to you kind of in the past don't really hold up anymore. If that makes sense, Raven. I feel like you're changing and your whole shift in your perception of how you see the world is changing. And so the old way in which you do things at work is not aligning with your soul. So you're saying yes to that. Okay, thank you for the clarification. So this is what Spirit I feel is telling you. And this card that I pulled for you is messages from your angels. It's an old deck from Doreen Virtue. Back in the day, I think it was like her second deck she ever made. And I know she's not in this space anymore, but I love those decks. And you agree. So thank you for the confirmation. So I feel even though you're going in a new direction, give yourself the permission to stay in your old job until you're going to do something that's more in alignment with your soul's journey and soul's growth and your own life's progression, because the last thing you want to do is, let's say you were to open up your own healing business. I'm just giving it an example, which is popping into my mind. So I feel like you're thinking about that. You don't want to give up your steady income because it's going to put a lot of pressure on you. And right away, I'm seeing Reiki, if that makes sense to you. I'm seeing Reiki as maybe one of the first tools you'll be getting certified in, as far as your own personal spiritual toolkit is concerned. And believe me, there's many tools that, as like I'm a psychic medium and spiritual counselor. So, okay, you're saying, wow. So either that's confirmation or you like it and you've never heard it before, or you've been thinking about it. That's interesting. But there's many different tools I use in my spiritual toolkit when I'm in sessions with my clients. So Reiki is a great way for you to develop. And if you want, I teach intuition development. I have a 5-week course and a 3-month Mentor Me program as well to go deeper, because the 5-week course is just like an introduction. So you could either do two things. You could study Reiki, you could go to a Reiki master to do that, or you could hop on my website, look at the 5-week course, and see if that might be a way for you to really start honing in on your own intuition. But either way, whoever you study with, it's you're going to figure it out as you go, because put your intention out there to spirit, pray about it, telepathically talk to your angels, and be open to your path is basically what I'm saying. So don't control your path by worrying about it. The worry does nothing, and it's totally ego brain. So your intuition lies in the right brain. So as you get that deeper connection with your higher self through prayer, it's going to be easier for you to hear them. and they'll start contacting you through like repetitive numbers or signs like butterflies or whatever it is until the comfort level's there where you can open up your own psychic senses to merge with your physical senses. So if you're really trying to open up, and I honestly feel this in my heart, I'm not just saying this, I feel my class would be a good step for you. You can check it out on my website. It's posted everywhere on my personal profile, on my business page under the About section. I think I've posted it here and see. And if for some reason the price is a little bit too steep for you or you need a payment plan, let me know because I honestly feel like you're ready for that. And okay, so you're getting 1111. Anytime you get repetitive numbers like that, that always means it's angel guidance. And there was a really good website I found. I'll have to go look for it where you could click on the number and get the meaning. But I already know it's angel guidance. So you are definitely on your spiritual path towards awakening. And so you're basically looking for the right mentor teacher is what I feel. So okay, so Athena is your angel. Athena, you can write that down. It's Athena. And she says, it is safe for you to be powerful. You know how to be powerful in a loving way that benefits others as well as yourself. So we know Athena was a goddess. So not only is she an angel guide, because I feel she was also a goddess, and she really did harness her power, especially back in the days of Atlantis. So you can definitely call upon Athena and just have love in your heart whenever you're looking to channel any kind of divine energy or guidance, and protect yourself with the white bubble of light and ground yourself into the earth, and you should be good to go on that. So those are some of the things that I would say to you as far as developing your own intuition. But you can definitely call upon Athena, um, either as the goddess that she was or as the angel Athena. I see her as being both levels. It can be anything you want it to be, basically. Again, it's all about your intent. Set your intention. That's like the most important thing you could really do. So let's see here. I'm just gonna hang out a little while longer and see if anyone else pops in. I don't know. I'm gonna try to see if I can share this to, let's see here, not set. Let's see if I can share it. Yeah, it's not letting me, no pages to cross post. It's weird. Okay, I guess I was looking for how to share this with other groups, and I'm not able to. Oh well, I guess it doesn't matter. So I'll go ahead and put my website here, and ask me about my intuition development program. Okay, there. And I'm just seeing if anyone else came on. Oh, Adam's on. Hi, Adam. How are you? Um, do you have a specific question? Not general, but just something more specific. Welcome here to my page. Um, I'm happy to be on. It's been a while trying to see if I feel comfortable with the new format of Facebook Live. So this is like a test for me. It's a test run. And type in a question. There's not too many of you, so I like smaller groups, in all honesty. It's easier for me. I'll wait for you to type in a question, Adam, if you're still here. I'm doing very well. Thank you so much for asking. Very good. Did you have a specific question that you want more guidance on in your life? Perhaps something about your soul's direction, your soul's journey, maybe if you're on the right path about something. And so, okay, so it's kind of a general guidance question, but I'll go for it anyway. I'm wondering about future endeavors. So you're wondering about future endeavors. I see you as almost being like at a crossroads almost. That's why you're wondering about future endeavors. So you were doing, I get the sense, and you can tell me if I'm on the right path. I get the sense that you you're looking to take on some new projects, create a better future. Okay. So this goes back to what you were doing before the pandemic. So you were doing something before the pandemic and you got hit hard with the pandemic because you were either in retail or food service or something like that. And you're looking for a new direction. Okay. So as I breathe into this, I'm getting, have you ever, okay, so this is coming in really strongly. I see cooking. I see a restaurant. I see a busy restaurant that's virtually like at a standstill, like it's the patio seating and it's just not enough to keep you busy. And I see you as almost either running the kitchen or running the front end of the house, retail sales, big ticket. Okay. Do you have a love of cooking? Because I'm strongly getting cooking, and it's not like you're going to open up a restaurant, but what I'm getting is with your business knowledge from being in retail sales, I sense you could get a food truck. So you could divide it into who's ever going to do the cooking and who's ever going to run it from a business standpoint. So that right away popped into my scope of influence. And I'm going to get out a deck here. Hold on while I turn around and find this deck. And it's a life purpose deck. It's a life purpose deck. So I just really see you moving into that kind of space. Maybe you've been thinking, I don't know, I just get the strong sense that you think it's like something you'd really enjoy, um, kind of creative, running a food truck. So there's two ends to that. There's either you get a partner. So if you're not the cook yourself, you'd get someone who was, and then you'd run the front end. So you'd have, okay, so trust. So this is an interesting card that I picked, like a life purpose card for you. Trust your feelings and dreams to guide you on your career path. So that's a pretty interesting card. It's almost got a picture of somebody who's looking into her crystal ball as she's really trying to find her path in life and what direction she feels that she wants to go. I do see you as having a lot of really great skills. Oh, you used to pretend you were a chef, but you're not the. Okay. So if the food truck idea resonates with you, maybe you could partner with I'm seeing like a significant other or somebody that's there that might love to cook, who might be really good at it. The thing that's popping into my head is you could have a food truck based on grilled cheese or appetizers or sweet culinary, sweet delights, sweet treats, sweet um, but little things like bite-sized things is what I'm seeing. So the first thing that came in are the grilled cheese, but not like a huge meal. This would be like more an appetizer size. The second thing I'm seeing is some type of maybe ahi tuna, like ahi tuna, something around that. And the third thing I'm seeing is the sweet treat that goes with that, um, the little tiny sweet treat. So play around with that. Maybe there's somebody you know that is a really good cook that could handle it, and it would see that as being kind of intriguing way to go out and um, have your own business. But you have really, really, really transferable skills. So if you were in sales, if you were in big ticket sales, flip it around and think, well, what's selling now? So basically what's selling now is anything having to do with face masks, face shields, anything like that. So you could even start your own online business. So try and think about what's hot now and see how you can maybe make your way into that by aligning yourself with other retailers. Like you could almost be like a wholesaler. There's a whole, I'll get to your question, Adam, but there's a whole thing where people don't have to have any inventory and they're like the middleman and they align themselves with all these different companies and products that they believe in. And I just can't think of the direct shipment. I can't think of the title, but I think you know what I mean. Like almost like affiliate marketing in a way, but it's not affiliate marketing because you don't have the product, you're not housing the physical product, but people are buying the product from you and then you're the middleman between the supplier and the customer. So think of it that way. That would be another idea that came into my mindset for you. Um, so as far as your health goes, I just see you making better choices about self-care, which goes along with self-love and self-worth. All the selves are coming out. And drop shipping, yes, thank you. Oh, you knew the name. Exactly. That's what I described. So I don't know if you've been thinking about drop shipping, but that came into my senses right away. So as far as your health goes, I don't get the sense that you have coronavirus or anything like that. I do get the sense that you're in this kind of high risk category, so it's hard for you to be like around a lot of people. So you've got some issues going on that way. I just see that you really have to find the right care provider, like the right doctor. If you can sort of find an MD who's maybe well versed in functional medicine, that would be a good place for you to start. And really working on finding out what food allergies you have, if that makes any sense. I'm sensing food allergies, and I'm sensing something called leaky gut that's popping into my scope of reference for you. And I'm sensing that you love to eat, and eating is like you do it for emotional reasons, but you do it because you're a foodie. So you may have to change a little bit around that behavior around being able to lose weight. It's all the weight that's causing that's causing your issues. And you're very nervous, Nancy, with what's going on. You've had cancer and immune compromise. So there's a lot of muscle inflammation. I'm sensing muscle inflammation, and I completely understand and can empathize with you 100%. So I feel like if you could find the right partner, like for instance, the right MD, medical doctor, who's a functional medicine expert, um, that would go a long way. And then as far as the immune compromised stuff, a lot of cancer patients do, former cancer patients, I should say, former in the past, have inflammation. They have imbalances as far as different like arthritis, I'm trying to think of the names. The names are escaping me tonight. But you know those like Hashimoto's things and all those diseases. There's a specific kind of doctor that kind of fits into that rheumatoid arthritis. So I feel you could do well to see an MD that's a functional medicine doctor as well as a rheumatoid arthritis doctor. And stop thinking that you're going to get cancer again. You need to get that out of your brain. You need to reframe that belief. That's a very terrible belief, and you just need to keep reframing it with the positive affirmation statement is the first thing that can come up. Or if you want to book a session with me, we can do tapping or whatever. But I'm just saying you've got to reframe that. That's really important. And I can totally empathize with a lot of what you're conditions are, and I've been working on turning my health around. So I really can relate. So I pulled another card, and interestingly enough, this is Ask Your Guides by Sonia Choquette. And the card I pulled is Creativity Guides. So, Adam, what I can say to you, hi Raven, I'll get to you in a minute, is that you're too in your left brain, and you're not using your right brain, which is where the wisdom of the higher self resides, and the worry factor is just totally taking over with your ego mind. So tap into your right brain and try to get some wisdom from your creative centers through prayer and breathing, like doing breath work. Like anytime, this would be better for you than an affirmation, is to do breath work to get away from your ego mind that's taking over. And you said, I definitely have inflammation, feel it around the organs a bit. My spleen is swollen since the cancer, been free for a year now. That is a fear in my mind, but I have faith. Good. I'm so glad to hear that, Adam. And then last thing is about my sister. She died when I was 13. Um, I think I'm going to leave that one alone because I've got some other people asking me questions right now. And I do appreciate you being on with me tonight. Um, so I'm going to just leave it at that alone. What I can tell you, what I sense about your sister is she's at peace. She's at peace. I'll leave you with that one message, and I'll tell you what, I'll even pull a card with your sister in mind, Adam, so we can get a little message this way instead of me doing a full-blown like mini reading around it. So let's see. Let's see. Okay. I am sorry. Please forgive me. So I feel like this is either from your sister or from another loved one in heaven that's with her now. I am sorry, please forgive me. It might not be an exact message from your sister. It might be, again, another loved one in heaven that's with her. But I'm not going to try to piece that together right now. So I'm going to release the energy around this, Adam, and I just wish you a lot of love and light. Okay, we'll leave it at that. Thank you for being on my page. And Raven says, I have one other question. My son has stronger connection with spirituality and his interest connecting science with it. Do you see him doing something in the future to change people's perception? And let's see, his name is Jalen. Okay, so couple things that are popping in around Jalen is what I can tell you is that he's okay. So thank you, Adam, for the confirmation. You're so welcome, and thank you. And Christy, I'll get to you in a bit as soon as I'm done with Raven. So what I wanted to try to have you understand is you have a very empathic son, kind of like you. You both are sensitive. He's very creative. He sees a lot of energy around him. He needs to control his sensibilities, and that he can do through learning about psychic awareness and doing prayer protocols. You learn it in Intuition Development 101. I have a sheet I can give you on it. If you want it, reach out to me through, direct message. He's also a very like a crystal child. A crystal child, if you've ever heard of that term, you can look it up for the more. I'm getting crystal. There's star crystal. I'm getting crystal. So he's definitely has his gifts, and I feel if you can direct him in the right way, he will definitely be a major player on the scene as far as using his gifts. He's like a light worker, but because of that, he comes with a lot of sensitivities, Raven. So you really, really, really got to be that mom that really has an understanding of how he can cope on a regular basis, okay, if that makes sense to you. So I'm going to leave you at that with him, but he's got just a lot of love and light around him, as well as you do. You might want to say prayers of love to go through your house and sage your house. That might be really helpful if you saged your house. He'd probably feel safer at night. I sense he's a little bit jittery at night when he sleeps. So I'm going to leave you with that, Raven. Thank you so much for asking. Hi, Christy. How are you? And Raven says, okay. Hopefully that made sense, Raven. Christy, do you have a general question? What is your question? I'm just up. This card deck wants to come out and play. It's Healing with the Angels card deck. So, Christy, since you're asking for a card, I'm going to go ahead and pull one for you. And this deck, by the way, was the very first deck I ever used back in the day when I was developing, going down my journey. Oh, it's kind of funny. So we're going to go ahead and, all right, this one comes out to play. Oh, and thank you so much for saying that that resonates. I've got to tell you, Raven, if you're still on, one of my strongest readings really has to do with moms and their kids. And okay, Christy, this card is blessings. Okay, so this card is a wonderful, positive card, which I feel is something you need in your life right now. I feel like you have been feeling like you haven't had a lot of blessings lately, and angels want to remind you that they're here for you to open up to them through telepathy and prayer, and they will be more. You'll be able to hear them more, and you'll see positive changes in your life. And just know that God wants many miracles for all of us, and for all of us to have many blessings in our life. So hopefully you could take that message, and hopefully that resonates with you. And let's see. So I saw that, and amen. Okay. So I think, guys, this was really, really fun for me. I really had fun just being on my page, and I was trying to share it with another group, but I think I was just meant to stay here in my page and connect with my people on my page. So you guys were so wonderful and affirming for me, just because I was trying to learn this new format. And I'm really grateful for all of you. Many blessings to you. If you feel you really resonated with the strong message, I would love a testimonial on my Facebook business page and my Google business listing, and as well as my Healing Ways directory, which the link is on my website. And if the 5-star reviews really and the thumbs up reviews really mean a lot, so if that would be just golden for me. I'll just leave it at that. And I really do honor everyone here. And thank you for being on your journey. I feel like everyone here is really going through their own spiritual awakening. And I just am so, there's a lot of light on the planet right now. There's a lot of weird stuff going on with the pandemic and all the other things that can make people feel anxious. But from where I sit, I see this beautiful crystalline grid that supports the earth, and there's a lot of angels, angelic beings that are working it. And when I do my prayers, I send pink seeds of love throughout my whole life, through my online business, through my family. I sage my home with the pink sea of love instead of physically saging, because everyone's home right now. And then I merge that pink sea of love with the crystalline grid that surrounds the earth. And I view the pink sea of love coming back down and touching all humans that are ready to accept it. So it's a really, really, oh, thank you, cheers. So it's a really powerful blessing. So anybody that wants that prayer protocol handout, let me know. Just direct message me, or if you have any questions about any of the services on my website. And bye for now, everyone. Thank you so much. Have a nice evening.